Hello guys, this is Renee from China HIGHTOP Poultry Equipment. Now I'm in a cooperated chicken farm. It is a modern farm. The total chicken quantity is 800,000 chickens. And today this live stream is to give you a good understanding of how to raise chickens. If you have plans to raise chickens, then you need to look this video carefully. And on the left side, you can see it is a big house, and it is a phase production room for a big farm. If you buy the phase, it will be a big cost. So most farmers choose to make own chicken phase. It not only to save cost, but also you already have the machines. You can sell the chicken phase to end sales. And on my right hand, you can see it is a big house too, and it is an egg storage house used to collect eggs and do the nest egg processing. Imagine it is almost 1 million chickens. It can't raise in one building. It is like this farm, it is 20 buildings. So the farmers don't need to go to each chicken coops to collect eggs. They only need to collect eggs in the egg house. How do we do that? Because we use the central egg collection lines. It will connect all the buildings together, and the eggs transport from the egg house to the egg rooms. Then the workers only need to stand inside the egg house to collect eggs. And if you want to sell the eggs to the supermarket, you can do the nest egg process, like the egg cleaning, egg inspection, egg plating, and egg grading, and automatic egg tray packing. These machines not only can help you save labors, but also can help to reducing the working time. So it is a simple instruction of this modern farm. Now let's go inside the chicken farm. So, this is the chicken farm, but beside entering the chicken farm, you can also notice there is a small house near the chicken farm. It is a disinfection room. What's the use of this disinfection rooms? The strangers, if want to enter the chicken coop, they need to be disinfected. It is in order to create a healthy environment for the chickens and avoid the cross infection. But today we want to go into the chicken coop, so we no need to into the disinfection room. Let's go the chicken farm directly. In the chicken farm, you can see so many chicken coops, and they look very similar because each chicken coops have similar systems. It is automatic systems, and it is a modern system. And you can see there are some chicken houses under structures. Not all chickens have been finished. Like I said before, the workers no need to go into the chicken house to collect eggs. But because not all buildings have been finished, so the workers can just stand the egg house to collect eggs. They still need to go into the chicken coop to collect eggs. But after all buildings finished, then no need to go into the chicken coop. And you can see this already 6 buildings have been put in use, and there are already chickens inside of the buildings. So I can give you an introduction of the chicken coops already raised the chickens. You can see it is a enclosed crab house. As I said before, it is 800,000 chickens, and it need 20 buildings. Each building raise for 40,000 chickens, and this is a completed chicken coop. And if you first you never raise the chickens, maybe you are not familiar with this equipment like this. This is the corn capacity. What's the uses of this this equipment? We call it feed silo. What's the use of it? It has 2 uses. First, it is to store the chicken feed. Usually the silo have different capacities, and usually the capacity is enough for the chickens to have 5 or 7 days feed. And the second use of this silo is to forming an automatic for feeding system. If you want to feed the chickens, you just need to press the button near the chicken house. When you press the face forward button, the chicken feed will directly drop into the inclined elevator. And there is an auger inside of the elevator, so the auger will transfer the feed with the vertical elevator to the lateral elevator. Then the feed will through the lateral elevator directly into the automatic feeding cart, and the feeding cart will feed in the chickens automatically. This is an automatic for feeding system. If you want to raise a big quickly, have a big farm, then this automatic equipment is necessary. Imagine it for I can give you a number for comparison. Like I said, this is 40,000 chickens. If you don't need the automatic feeding equipment, you just feed the chickens manually by person. Can you imagine it? 40,000 chickens at least need 2 hours per time, and you need to feed the chickens 4 times per day. At least need 8 hours per day. It is a long time, but with HIGHTOP automatic feeding equipment, it just need 8 or 10 minutes per time, and per day only need 14 times, and you don't need to take the feeds, go inside and feed them manually. You just need to press a magic button. It will finish the automatic feeding. And behind of me, you can see it is a big carton. What's the uses of the big carton? We're calling it a cooling pad. What's the uses of the cooling pad? Why put it on the float? Because the chickens need to have a good and healthy living equipment, and these cartons can create a suitable living environment for them. Like today, the weather is hot, the chickens may feel hot too, and this equipment can help to lower the temperature inside of the coop, and they will feel comfortable. And there are 4 sides in the chicken house. This is the front side. This is the cooling pipe, and there on the both side there also is the cooling pad. And on the back side of the chicken house, we will install the exhaust fans. And on the both side, up the cooling pad, we will install the inlet windows, so the all systems can forming a automatic environment control system can give a good living environment for chickens. Now the used chickens have been introduced. Let's go forward to introduce more.不吃。脸朝哪边？啊，行。Now you can see there are 3 buildings are under construction, and a chicken coop is very important to raise healthy chickens, because if the chickens living in a strong chicken house, they will feel comfortable and they can lay the eggs happily. And you can see it is a steel structure chicken house, and there are some brick wall on the front. So this structure is very strong. And more farmers choose to build the steel structure chicken house. Why? There are some reasons. First, the installation time of the steel structure house is short. It only need about 20 days to finish the whole house. And the structure, secondly, the structure is very stable. It is anti-earthquake and anti-wild wind. If it is a bad weather outside, but this structure can make sure the chickens are out of the bad weather. They can stay the houses, no worries. Okay, let's continue working and introduce you another chicken house.太事儿啊。Let's back to here. This is a chicken house Basin installation. You can see the equipment have been put in and just install some small accessories. And this is a 40,000 chicken farm. You can see there are and each rows have 4 tires. So you will know it. The one row is about 8,000 chickens. Maybe you have a question. Can I just have one row to use the automatic layer equipment because the automatic equipment is so good. I want to use it, but I only have a small chicken quantity. Can I use it? But my suggestion is no, because the fully automatic system is not is not just separately machines. It is a complete system. Like I said before, there are some inclined and the lateral elevators. You can see the equipment already put in, but the elevators haven't installed. So if you just use the machine, how could the elevators installed? If you really want to use the automatic layer equipment, my suggestion is to have at least 2 or 3 rows to at least reach over 20,000 chickens. And you can see it is high top chicken cage. The all equipment are provided by high top poultry equipment. It is a Chinese manufacturer, and it is a factory can provide the one-stop equipment for the chickens. They can provide the manual, that automatic equipment for layers and breeders. And we said 1 or 2 people can manage the whole chicken coop. How to reach it? The high top automatic equipment is very important. They can do it. You can see I can introduce the system of the whole or the old machines. It including fever system. I can introduce you. First, it is the hot-dipped cage system. Second, it is the automatic feeding system. Third, it is the automatic drinking system. Fourth, it is the automatic egg collection system. Five, it is the automatic manure removing system. Six, it is the lighting system. Seven, it is the rotational cooling system. Last one, it is the environmental control system. Later, I will introduce all the system one by one. If you never raise the chickens and you have planned to do this business, maybe you have some concerns to be resolved before starting this business. What kind of concerns do you have? We have solved many projects, so I can give you some other clients' concerns for reference. First, how to save space and water. Second, what's the guarantee of the lifetime of the machine? Third, how to improve the egg production rate? Third, how to create a good and healthy environment for the chickens? How to raise the good chickens? And to solve these questions, concerns, let's go inside and help you to resolve them one by one. Now we're already in the chicken house. Let's finish the first concern first. How to save feed and water. Let's solve the how to save feed first. If you want to save the feed first, then need to depend on the high top automatic feeding systems. Like besides to save feed, maybe you have other concerns. Like how to make sure how to make sure the face is clean, and how to make sure all the chickens can get enough face, and for the how to know the face consumption per day. Let's finish them one by one. First, like I said, the elevator have been installed. If you want to feed the chickens, just need to press the button, and the face will go from the silo to the elevator. Then it will usually the elevator will install the here, but because the machine have been placed in right place, so just place them random like this. Suppose the elevator is above the automatic feeding cart, and the face will directly drop into the automatic cart from the first hopper to the last hoppers. You can see this is an enclosed system, so they can make sure the face is clean. And you can see this the hopper. It is enclosed too, so it can make sure the feed is clean too. And if you want to check the feed amount, you can check from the operation hole to check the amount. And this question have been solved. Next, how to make sure the chickens get enough feed. After the chicken first being filled in the hoppers, it will running till the end. In the running process, the feed will drop into the feed trough, so the chickens can get the feed first time. And after they get back, get the last set of cages, and you need to press the button again. It is a feedback button, and the feed cart will return. It is a second time feeding, so each time the chickens can get twice feed. It can make sure the chickens get enough feed, and you can feed them first per day. Yes. And this question have been finished, and let's back to the third question. 这个 question 是啥呀？不是talking about the saving phase. Besides how to save the how to saving the chicken phase, we need to focus on the two devices of the high-top poultry equipment. It is the big advantage of the equipment. We will add a uniform phase distribution device near the hopper. What? Yes, please take a close camera.
What is the uniform device?
It just put nearby the hopper, but the machine haven't been finished the installation, so maybe you can't see it. If you want to see the complete videos, you can send HIGHTOP poultry inquiry. They can send you 4 videos. And let's back to this question: how this device can save feed, because this device can uniform feed the chickens. It is a regular amount, and the amount can be adjusted according to the chicken's age. When they are small, you can set a small feed amount. When they grow up, you can increase the amount. And on the back, and on the back, we will also have another device. We call it a phase return device. There are some phase, maybe X size, and this device can return the phase to the feed troughs. Then the chickens can eat them again, no waste. And also, you can see the feed trough. It is a HIGHTOP galvanized feed trough compared to the PVC feed trough. It has a longer lifetime, and you can see its shape is different with PVC feed trough. It looks like a letter V, so we called it V-type. And why we design V-type feed trough for the automatic system? You can see the bottom is very narrow, so no phase copulation and no mildew. And you can see the height of two edge is different. This is low, this is higher. Why made it higher? Because when the chickens pack chickens inside, they made the chickens outside. But because the outside is higher, so the chicken face will reflect it to the bottom again, so the chickens can eat it again. No face will drop on the ground. So it is another way to save the chicken face. And the last question, we care about the face consumption. How do we know how many fish these chickens eat per hour per day? Then we need to use a weighing system in the silo. Let's take a look. 不要出去了。You can see, can you see? Can you see it is a green box in the silo. We call it a weighing system. It helps to weigh the weight of the silos, and you can know the 上面有标 and it can let you know the weight consumptions per day. Okay. Okay, now the save phase problem have been solved. Let's talking to the second one, how to save feed, how to save waters. And save waters, let me introduce you the HIGHTOP automatic drinking system. Because the chicken house is in the installation process, so the the drinking system have been installed, but I can give you about introduction. Maybe you have the same concerns about the fish, like how to save waters, how to make sure the water is clean, how to make sure that chickens get enough waters, and how to record the water consumptions. The HIGHTOP automatic drinking system can help you finish all the concerns. Let's imagine it together, because the automatic drinking line will put in there. First, we will put an electronic water meter. What's the uses of it? It is used to record the water amount. Then we will put a filter. What's the uses of the filter? It is used to filter the small particles and the dirty things, so it can make sure the chickens drink the waters are clean. Then we will put a doser. What's the usage of the doser? You can add some medicine into the doser, then it can anti-epidemic for chickens. And then through the water pipe. It will go high water pipe. Then follow my hand. 小心点。往上走。You can see this is some yellow water press regulator. They will connect the water pipe together. And this water press regulator, it is used to adjust the water pressures. It can make sure the chickens get enough waters. And connect the regulator, you can see it is a round pipe. And behind it is a square pipe. Why we use square pipe, not use round pipe? Because the square pipe is very thick. Why we make it very thick? Because the thick water pipe has a good light blocking, so no gas grows, which also can make sure the water is clean. And the next question, how do we make sure all the chickens can get enough waters? You can see the red one, the nibble drinker. You can see the nibble drinker. You can see it is two nests, just one line of drinking line. So the chickens from two nests will use the same line. So the nibble drinker is very important. He needed to make sure all the chickens can drink water easily. And it is built in their nibbles. And it can pour the water in 360-degree output, which can make sure that all the chickens on both sides can get enough waters. And you can see here, there is a plastic water tank. It is a plastic water tank in the lower position. So it not only have to save waters, and it can avoid the waters drop into the manure belt. It can make the manure belt clean, and also it can avoid the water drop into the chickens, can prevent the chickens getting wet. You can see this is the front of the chicken, the cages. So the chickens in the front can get waters very easily. But how can we make sure the chickens in the last cages can get water easily? There is a water shortage alarm on the back. So if there is no water on the back, the alarm will ring and it can water supply automatically. So it can make sure that all the chickens can get waters. And last question we need to solve is how to record the water consumptions. You know, it is automatic drinking line. So there is a control box. The control box can record the water consumption per day, per hours. You can know it clearly, and you can decide when to give the water drinkers and when to disinfect these water pipes, and when to add the medicine to the dorsers. It is totally automatic, smart automatic drinking system. So let me include the how to solve the water, save water issues the filter and the whole sink water pipe can make sure the water is clean, and the front water electronic water meter and the control box can record the water consumptions, and also the alarm, water shortage alarm, and the water pressure regulator can make sure all the chickens get enough waters, and also the water tank and the nibble drinkers can help to save waters. So the first big question have been finished. Now let's back to the second question. What's the how to guarantee the lifetime of the equipment? As I said before, it is a high-top poultry equipment. The high-top equipment all have 1 year warranty, and the chicken cage have over 20 years left time. How can they do it? Let me introduce the cage system.找一套吧，就这一套吧。The one complete set of cages have some accessories like the cage stand. One set of cages has 2 stands, one stand, second stand, and also including the hot dip galvanized wear mass, and also including the feed trough. Let me introduce you one by one. You can see it is 4 tires, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one piece of tires has 2 nests, 1, 2, and on the back there is another two nests. So totally it is 4 nests, and usually one nest can put 8 chickens. So the 1/4 set can put 128 chickens. And let me introduce the one nest. You can see one nest has some accessories like the top weir, both dividers, and the back weir, and the bottom weir, and the front door. This system making a big room for the chickens. You can see this is the sliding door. It can open very easily, and the space is very big, so you can put in the chickens and cool the chickens easily. And after you put in the chickens, you need to lock the door. And there is a small click. They can close it. The door is very not easy to open, so the chickens can't escape. This is the sliding door, and you can see it is very thick. Can you see it? It is 5 millimeters thick. So it is have a strong support. And this is a top wear. With this top wear, the chickens can't picking the above manure belt, so they can't get disease. And you can see the divider. It is just hanging on the cage stand. So this support is very strong, stable for the chickens. And for the bottom where you can see it is not flat, it has about 8-degree slope, so the eggs can easily rolling to the egg belt and no breaking. And there are some elasticity on the bottom where it also can protect the eggs from breaking. The chicken cage have been introduced. Now let's focus on the cage stand. You can see there is no welding point on the cage stand because it is all-in-one type. It is made in the automatic milling machine. So this structure is very strong, and all the cage stand and the wire mesh, they are all have a hot deep galvanized surface. So its corrosion resistance is about 4 or 2 times higher than the common galvanized cages. So that's why they have a 20 years lifetime. And on the below, you can see the egg collection where the eggs will drop into there. And you can see the two sides. There is a connect blade to connect the wire together, so the eggs can move smoothly. And then let me introduce you the feed trough. It is a hard deep galvanized feed trough too, and its lifetime is over 20 years. As I introduced before, it is a V-type shape, and it no phase accumulation and no mildew. And it has compared with the PVC feed trough, it has a strong support. And we also called it a climbable feed trough. Why we called it a climbable? Because the workers can stand on the feed trough, and they can observe the chickens on the and jump on the feed trough. And on the below, you can see the blue device. Sometimes the ground is not flat, so this device can help to adjust. This part is adjust according to the height, according to the distance between the ground. So it can help to solve the ground is not even problem. So the second question have been solved. Let's back to the third question, how to improve the egg production rate. It is a very big question, and most clients have this controls problem. But in fact, the egg production rate have many aspects, like the chicken feed, chicken breed, and the chicken face type, and the chicken house type, and the lighting, the environment, and the also the equipment. You can see above, you can see the light. It is a specific LED light because the science proved that the light have a effect on the improving egg production rate. So more and more farmers choose to use the specific LED lighting. And you can see the light in different poses. Some one high, some one low. Some high, some low. So these two purgings can make sure all the chickens get enough light. And the specific light can simulate the nature sunrise and sunset. So it is no pressure for chickens, and it can light on slowly and light off slowly, not just suddenly light on. So it is no pressure for chickens, and the biggest advantage of this specific light is no strobe flash. Imagine it if you live in a chicken, if you live in a house and the light suddenly on, suddenly off, suddenly on, suddenly off, you may feel not comfortable. The chickens is same, so we must be provided the no strobe flash light for them and make sure they have a good living environment. And this light system have a small control box too, and the control box can control the light's color. It has two colors. When it is day, the color will be yellow color. When it is night or the weather is dark, it will turn to light color. The light color also have a good effect to the chickens. It can let the chickens eat more and improve the egg production rate. So this is the lighting system. Next, it is the equipment. To be honest, the equipment have a little use on improving the egg production rate, but it has another advantage. It is reduce the egg breakage rate. So in other words, it is to improve the egg production rate too. Let me introduce how the HIGHTOP egg collection machine can reduce the egg breakage rate. Let's come here. 还是这儿吧。You can see this is the egg belt. It is nylon material, and it is very durable. And when it is produced, it is anti-static, so it can absorb the dust. And it acts on the egg belt. It is very stable and no jump when the raining process. So the eggs comes from the nest, drop into the egg belt. Then when you press the egg collection buttons, the egg belt will move and the eggs will through the egg belt to here. You can see there are some sand plate. You can see it is not straight. It is have a angle. And what's the usage of the sand plate? It used to guide the direction of the eggs. The eggs along the plate go into the clip. And each tires have the center plate, but their angle is different, like this tire in the left side. And below, you can see the next tires. Its shape and angle is different with last one. It is on the right hand, so the eggs comes here and go this click. This stand plate makes the eggs no accumulation. And you can see below the shunt plate, there are some red rollers. What's the uses of the rollers? Because not all the eggs are good quality eggs. Some eggs may is soft shell eggs. So we don't want the soft shell eggs. And if they go into the click, they may make the click dirty. So this uses is a filter. It will filter the soft shell eggs drop on. There will be a box in the below, so the soft shell eggs will drop into the below box, so it won't make the clipper dirty. So the eggs, finally the good quality eggs will go into the clip, and the machine reads the eggs will go to top, and another side it will be appearance in here, and you can see the click. The click we used is a L-type clip, and the space of this the space is small. It only can be allotted one X, like this. Only one X allotted. If you want to put two X, it is impossible. So only one X in his place. So no egg accumulation. This is another reason to reduce the egg breach rate. This whole system makes the egg breach rate is less than 2 in 1,000. And for now, because the all buildings have been finished, so if the workers want to collect the eggs, there will be a table here that haven't installed. After install, there will be a table here, so the workers can stand in front of the tables and collect the eggs easily. After all buildings have been finished, we will enter the central egg cladding line in a higher position, so the eggs can directly go into the central egg cladding line and transport them directly to egg house. No workers need to go into the chicken house and collect the eggs. Now the 3 questions have been solved. There is a last question needed to be solved, is how to make a healthy environment for the chickens. We need to introduce 3 parts. First part is the automatic manure removing system. Second part is the ventilation cooling system. And the third is the environment control system. So let's go the automatic manure system first. This is the manure belt. The chickens, the manure will drop into the egg belt. And if you want to clean the manure, just need to press the button. Then manure, it is a circle, it will rinse. And the manure belt will take the manure till the end. This, the manure will come into here. And how to clean the manure? We need to use the scrapers. Here are 3 scrapers to clean the manure and make sure the egg manure belt is clean. The first scraper is on the behind. Later we'll go into this side. This is the first scraper, and this is the second scraper. This is the third scraper, and the 3 scrapers can make the egg belt clean. And this, it is the first scrapers. You can see it is 4 scrapers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And after cleaning the manure, how to clean the scrapers? It is on the side. On the side, it is can open. Let's come here. 那个开不开? You can see this is the handle to control the scrapers, and you just open one time, and the first scrapers will open at one time. Then you can clean them. And another advantage of the automatic manure system is the belt. It is just straight. It will go in another ways, like the belt. It will into another side or into this side, because the manure belt, it is very thick. It is 1.2 millimeters thick, so it is heavy. And there are 2 rollers. And there are 2 rollers on the behind of the manure belt. It can support the manure belt, not in other directions. Oh. And all the chicken manure will drop into the below. You can see it is a horizontal conversion manure belt conveyor. And this device will transport the chicken inside to outside. This is a horizon conveyor, and there is also a slant conveyor can make the chicken manure into the cart directly. We can see this one. This one already finished the installation. This is the horizon manure belt conveyor, and this is the slant manure belt conveyor. So when you want to clean the manure, just need to press the button. The manure will direct into the cart. There will be a cart under the in this place, like this one. 别走那么远了。行了。Okay, for now the automatic manure cleaning system have been finished the introduction. Now, let's introduce you the ventilation cooling system. As I said before, there are 3 sides of cartons, and on the back side it is exhaust fans. And on the side, you can see this one. This side, you can see it is the small inlet valves. How they work together to make to create a healthy, good living environment for the chickens. The exhaust fans and the air inlet windows can work together to discharge the harmful gases and bring the fresh airs to the chickens. And if when the weather is high and want to lower the indoor temperatures, the inlet windows need to close, and the exhaust fans and working with the cooling pad together to lower the indoor temperatures. And we can go this way to see the cooling pad. And you can see there is a big distance along the 2 buildings because it used to avoid the cross infections. So if one building is the chickens get disease, another building is shift because of the long distance. So if you have a big land, you can make the distance is longer. Like this farm, it is 8 meters distance. If you have a big land, you can make it longer. Now, this is the cooling pipe. It worked with the exhaust fans to lower the indoor temperature, and the fresh airs go into the cooling pad, and then it will go into the hotter wind go into the house, and through the cooling pad it will becomes a cold wind, and it will go through the house through the exhaust fans. And the cooling pad, it is made of the papers, and you can see there is a small wire mass above the cooling pad. It is used to avoid the birds or mouse go into the uh, chicken coop, because they may cause the disease to chickens. So this wire mesh is very important. As I introduced before, the hot wind go into the chicken house, and if we you can see this we call it deflectors. What's the use of the deflectors? I said before, the hot wind go into the house. If not the deflectors, the hot wind will directly go into the house, and the chickens can feel it directly. But with the but with the deflectors, it can change the wind directions, so the wind will go into the higher and then in a lower. So the chickens feel the wind is comfortable. It's not very cold. So this cooling pad, exhaust fans, and the deflector and the inlet windows can create a suitable environment for the chickens, and all the operates can be operated by the control box. You can see it is a bigger control box. It including the automatic rotational cooling system control, and the automatic lighting system, and the automatic drinking system, and it also including the automatic feeding and the egg collection and the manure removing system. Maybe you have a question how to control the exhaust fans and the air light windows angles. You don't need to operate manually. This system, just like people's brain, it can automatically give orders to the exhaust fans and the windows, so it can adjust it automatically according to the indoor temperatures and humidities. And this is the magic buttons. 不用走近看。This is the magic buttons. You don't go into chicken house to feed them or collect eggs. You just need to press the button here and to operation all the functions. So this control box is very important. Now all the system have been finished, and you have about understanding about how to raise the chickens and how many systems including the chickens, and how to choose the equipment. You can the workers already started working and install the equipment. And last time we will have another leave steam after all the equipment have been finished, and all the function can work. So last time we will have another leave steam. If you want to know how the machine runnings, you can send us a send us an inquiry and leave your contact information. And our website is the HIGHTOP Poultry Equipment and HIGHTOP Poultry. You can send us inquiries and leave your information. Then we will send you link when you want to see the next live stream. Okay, so let's